I believe my purpose is to use my platform, the platform that basketball athletics allows me to have, to speak about taboo issues such as sexual abuse and mental health. These are things that affected me growing up, and I didn't really find that until I got to the University of Texas. I kind of stumbled into what my purpose was. I grew up in an abusive household. I was neglected as well as sexually abused from the ages of 8 to 12 by a family member that was 5 years my older. And I didn't really figure out what sexual abuse was or any of those things until I started having my own relationships. 16, my first boyfriend, started talking about sex, and I started figuring out that the way I grew up was wrong, the things that had been done to me that shouldn't have been done to me. And it wasn't like SVU, it wasn't like Law and Order. When you watch it on TV, somebody getting grabbed in an alleyway, somebody screaming, it's people fighting back. And for me, that wasn't my reality. For me, it was normal. It was something that happened. It was a part of my daily routine. That was just what I knew. I didn't know anything better. I didn't know how to say stop. I didn't know how to say no. It was just what happened. And so because of that, I grew up very depressed, and it culminated with me trying to commit suicide at 16 and being right before my 16th birthday and being hospitalized for 2 weeks in an institution. And my family, I come from a very religious background. My father is a pastor. I'm third generation PK, and they didn't really know how to understand mental health. They tried, but on the surface, there was nothing wrong with me. I had my clothes, I had food, we weren't rich, but I never wanted for anything. I was good at school, I had good grades, like there was nothing that you could visibly see that was wrong. And that's the hard part about mental health, right? If I punch you in the face, you get it, it hurts. I punch you in the face, you can see the bloody eye, the bloody nose, the black eye, whatever the case may be. But if I'm hurting on the inside, if I have anxiety, if I'm struggling with depression, you can't see that. And as humans, we need to see it. We need something tangible to understand and be empathetic towards it. So mental health is hard that way. And because I felt no one else had been through this, no one else had experienced sexual abuse, no one else understood what it felt like to feel isolated and alone, I just continued to isolate myself. And I kind of just ran away to college. I'm from Los Angeles, California. This is kind of a bar for me. My whole family wanted me to stay home. And I came out here by the grace of mercy. I came here and I told my college coach, Karen Axon, who's currently the coach now, what I was going through, and she helped me get the mental health services I needed that I also couldn't afford growing up. And through that, I kind of found my voice. I started writing poetry, and I found the Austin Poetry Slam team here. And I started going to APS, if you guys know what that is. It's down the street. What's it called? Thank you guys, thank you. So it's down the street, I started going there, and I found a community of like-minded individuals. I found people that understood what pain was. They understood human emotion, and they were willing to be vulnerable, and I never had that. I never had a community that was willing to talk about hard things in front of strangers and cared about what I could say. And so my junior year, right before junior year, I joined a youth team, and I got to miss summer workouts to go to a poetry festival in Philly, and the only way my coach let me do it was if I let Longhorn Network follow me around. The first time I performed a piece, my teammate's mother came up to me and said, "Wow, that exact thing happened to me, and I've never told a soul. You just told my story. Thank you so much." And she was crying, and that was just all I needed for me to keep going. That meant something to me, to know that someone else understood what I felt, and that my words were important. And Longhorn Network asked me, they said, "Do you feel comfortable talking about this?" I remember I was like 19, and I was like, I might regret it when I get older, but who cares, whatever, let's do it. So I told them my story, and because Longhorn Network is owned by ESPN picked up the story, and they started running it on the Sports Center. Yes, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, oh my God, my whole life is on TV. I thought it was going to run like Thursday night on Longhorn Network. No one watches that. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. And then now it's running on national television on Sports Center every time. We're in the NCAA tournament at this point. And every time I make a good shot, they play my special. I'm like, oh my God. And like, my grandma didn't know some of the things that I talked about in that special. And I was so scared that I was going to be looked at differently, or people were going to look at me like there was something wrong with me, or think that I was this fragile human. And the reality is, so many people reached out to me. I received so much love. And people that I had grown up with were like, "Wow, this happened to me too. Thank you so much for speaking about it." wow, my mom went through the same thing you went through. So many people in my immediate family, my friends, my community had the same story, and I felt isolated all this time. So that from that point on, I was like, wow, this is my purpose. This is why I have this platform to talk about these things. And the amazing part about the Me Too movement and about social media is that it's given us the ability to find like-minded individuals. It's given us the ability to critique the status quo and do something about it. So the Me Too movement gave so many people the chance to tell their story in a non-threatening environment, and also found people that were just like them, that felt the same way, had the same experiences. And it also changed the portrait of the victim. I think because of social media, the pop culture, because of our society, we see victims as one person. It's the promiscuous woman. It's the girl that gets drunk. It's some weak, frail being, when in reality there is no picture victim. It's whoever it happens to. That's how it works. So, statistics. I majored in accounting, I like numbers. College women aged 18 to 24 are 3 times more likely to experience sexual violence. 70% of these women know their assailants. That number jumps to 93% when we speak about child and sexual abuse. And those numbers are only for women. Sexual assault, sexual violence does not only occur to women, it occurs to men as well. It also occurs to people that do not gender identify men or women. And I think that was the fun part about Me Too. We saw all these different faces from different walks of life, from different social economic statuses, appealing to this very real thing. It made it hard for us to ignore these numbers, because we like to ignore things. We like to say, well, that happened because of X, Y, Z, and it never happened to me. But because of the Me Too movement, it made us realize that this is a real thing. It made us critique the status quo. It made us say that, how do we change this? How do I know that even though it's never happened to me, how do I become involved because it's happening to somebody I care about? And so that's why I speak about it. That's why I talk about it. Because I want to raise my children in a world where men and women that commit these heinous acts are so scared to do it. They're so scared of what their peers might think. They're scared of what happens if someone finds out that they did this and they don't do it. But right now we live in a world where victims are scared to come out because they're scared of what somebody will say. They're scared of what the questions that will come after I say them assaulted. They're scared that there'll be no support. They're scared that their friends will look at them different. And we should live in a world like that, because at the end of the day, it's never the victim's fault. And until we change the conversation, until we're willing to have conversations about sexual education, healthy relationships before the tragedy, then we can't do that. So I spend my days talking about these things all the time, as many times as I can, using my platform to hopefully educate and enlighten people to the very dark reality that this country faces. And so yeah, I write poetry, like I mentioned, and I have a poem before we get into the Q&A. For those like me, I hope you learn love before abuse. But if not, at the bare minimum, the ability to tell the difference. I can only hope you never experience your body through someone else's hands. That you never do these things without choice. But if by disastrous coincidence you do, I pray you are brave enough to be a survivor. To realize this moment, this label is temporary and does not define you. That no's are so valid and they are not screamed. That your fists are so powerful even though they weren't clenched that night. Or maybe they were. And the outcome was the same. I hope you are courageous enough to unclench them. To face this world with open palms, that is true strength. Trying again, living again. Despite whatever and whoever has tried to break you. I can only pray that you learn your self-worth before someone mislabels your value, because your value will never lie in your beauty or your ability to provide pleasure. You are so much more than that. I can tell you, you will think this body traitorous at times. Still get goosebumps when you hear your abuser's name, but your heart wasn't built for anger. There are no how-to guides to get through this. I can only promise that you will. And I'll be there waiting. Maybe we'll never look back and laugh at this, but we'll always know just how resilient we really are. How strong is an understatement when it comes to us. You know, I never really doubted you more. I might get scared, but I don't doubt. I mean, look at us. People have been trying to break us for years now. Thank you guys.